Yo, I'm waiting for people to arrive. So don't know if anyone will or not because it's a Saturday, but I'll do this anyway. What's up, guys? Say hi in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. This stream is definitely going to be better than yesterday's one. So waiting for people. Come on, guys. So we're going to be going over some of the hottest coins for the day when people arrive. We're just going to wait for that to happen. If anyone... yeah, just give it a minute or so. I probably should have waited till I have more subscribers, but oh well. Fuck it, man. What's up, people? What's up? If you're new to the channel, say what's up, and we can get into the video. Let's see if we can get 5 people on the stream, and then I'll get started. How's my Bitcoin trade doing? Yeah, not bad. Ethereum. Shit then. So what did it go up to? Okay, good. ETH is breaking out now. So guys, if you are not trading, ultimately, potentially not financial advice, but this could be a good time to trade ETH. It's broken out. Oh, no, okay. It's broken out the local high, not the all-time high. But yeah, I'm not really giving financial advice like that. But hey, the trend is your friend until the end. I just want to go over the indicators that I use. So basically, I use parabolic SAR, and that gives you the dots between when it's in an uptrend and when it's in a downtrend. So if you wanted to catch a dip, for example, then we can wait until the parabolic SAR is above price, and then you see a wick down, and you can sort of take into consideration things like the stochastic RSI as well. So then, like when we're at this line, this white line, which is the VWAP, the volume weighted price, and you've seen a dip, you can sort of know with relative safety that you can buy into that dip, and that you're not gonna get wrecked. Now you do need to be careful with leverage. You don't want to be using too high leverage, especially with Ethereum. I'm using 15. Some people say that's high, but I don't really think that's too high. Was anyone watching? Yep, people still watching. Okay, cool. What's up, Smooth Crypto, man? How you doing? What coins you holding? Let me know. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Loco. To be honest, a lot of people are talking about FUD for Reef, but I'm not really with it. Okay, if we look at the Reef chart, like what we need to bear in mind here, this project as well, Reef, is brand spanking new. It's only been around since like December, as far as I'm aware. And look, from December, okay, or from December to January, whatever you want to say, it's brand spanking new. Like since its inception, it's only been going up. So people were talking about FUD, but for me, like it's not dumping really. Like the worst sort of crash it's had, in my opinion, is from the following levels. You can see the 24%, and from that 24%, it's already going back up. So it's not really, it's not going to go anywhere. Like you can see here, we've been at this price level now at least 4 times. We came down here, we went back up, came down here again, we went back up again and again. So I believe this level is going to hold, and yeah, we're just going to continue to either trend sideways or trend upwards. Now obviously we've broken out of this ascending channel here, but that was always short term. It was never really going to be a sort of standard for us to go by in terms of the price action. What we are waiting for is for further developments in the Polkadot ecosystem, for them to sort of go live, for Reef to be integrated with more projects, and that's going to take time. Like with every coin, guys, it's going to take time. Imagine if it went from 3.5 cent or 3.7 cent to $1 in like a day. Do you think that's going to be sustained, or do you think that's going to crash? Like, in my opinion, that's not going to be sustained. Like we saw here, it went from basically 0.001 cent all the way up to like bloody 29 cent. And did it stay there? The price didn't stay there. So you need organic growth. You need people to get into the market, get out of the market, and for the price to just continuously organically grow at healthy levels. But what I wanted to talk about was this Reef, Harmony, and Tron co-integration, and I ultimately didn't get to talk about it yesterday. If you guys don't know Tron, I've had my involvement with Tron. I'm not really a big fan of it. I think it's just a copycat version of Ethereum, but ultimately it's very cheap, okay? And at the moment, with gas fees being as high as they are, people are flocking over to the Binance Smart Chain. They're flocking over to Tron, and these networks are picking up steam, picking up utility. So I think that narrative is going to continue to change. But what I thought was interesting is that Tron already has 1,600 dApps on the network, and they have around 47,000 global users, which has led to a total value locked of 1.2 billion and around around 12 billion worth of USDT on the Tron network, which is cool. If you don't know about Harmony, then Harmony is the first platform with combined sharding with proof of stake consensus mechanisms to provide fast finality and settle transactions within 2 seconds, which is very, very fast. I'd be interested to see how many transactions per second they can handle. Harmony is fully operable with Ethereum, similar to layer 2 protocols, allowing developers to easily create and deploy dApps on Harmony's blockchain. Harmony and Tron partnerships will enable Reef users to access DeFi applications on the Tron and Harmony ecosystems directly through Reef's platform. On the other hand, Reef's smart liquidity aggregator and AI-powered yield engine recommendations will be available in the Tron and Harmony DeFi ecosystem, providing both dApp developers and DeFi users with a host of powerful features, which I think is cool. Remember, guys, the market cap for Reef is still very, very small. Let me get rid of that. But if we look at today's coins that have pumped like crazy, Raven coin, this coin, man, I'm sure you will look at the coins and be like, oh, I wish I'd bought that. I know I do anyway. But it's really hard to like know which coins are going to pump for that day. So it's just best to have like a wide net, in my opinion. And obviously, if you buy low, you can wait, have your milestones at where you want to sell, like wherever it's double, 50% or whatever. Just have a limit order and you can just set it and forget it. But Raven coin is up 109% for the day. Polygon, previously known as Matic, even though the ticker name is still Matic, up 55%. Funny enough, my mom actually bought some of this. So, my family's going strong in the crypto world, which is good to see. Congrats if you're a Uniswap holder, currently up 32% for the day. Holo chain, I don't really know much about this, but it's up 52%. Polkadot, now this coin, I have a decent bag of it. It's nearly tripled, which is kind of crazy. Up 15% for the day. Binance coin as well, it's continuing to rise. I don't really like what happened yesterday. In retrospect, my mate was sort of saying that they sort of did what they did on purpose in order to sort of cash out, which, if you think about it from a skeptical standpoint, that could be true. But personally, I don't know if CZ would do something like that, to be honest. I'm hoping that they wouldn't. I'm hoping that they do have he does have a good nature behind him. But it is really hard to say, because I'm sure a lot of noobs sort of FOMO'd in at the top, and then as soon as the Binance app crashed, so did the value of their investment. But yeah, so it's hard to say. Cardano is finally past $1. Now this is a key psychological milestone, which we'll go into later on when we're looking at the charts. But I expect to see Cardano at $2, $3, even $5 in this bull run, to be honest, towards the latter end of it. Ren up a nice 15%. And then we have Sushi, Theta T Fuel, KuCoin shares, Zilliqa as well, and the king of all crypto, Bitcoin. Let's see if people are still watching. Okay, people are still watching. Cool. Nice, man. Yeah, it's good that you're in it for the long haul. My price prediction for Reef And the best price. Your thoughts on Parsec? Going nothing like last month. I think it's gonna go up soon. All right, cool. So let me look at Reef first. In terms of like long-term predictions, it's really hard to say, but I would just go off of these fib levels, to be honest. That's like the best accurate indication. So let me just go from the swing high all the way down to like the swing low. This would how I'd gauge it in terms of milestones. So we failed to hit this fib extension here. So currently we are at currently we are at the 1618 extension here. So there seems to be a lot of confluence here. Basically, we're not going up above it, and we're not getting rejected by it heavily. So in the next couple weeks or so, in the next month, I would hope for Reef to hit the 6 cent mark, and beyond that, hopefully to hit the 8 cent mark. Hopefully, maybe there is like a fundamental catalyst similar to how KSI talked about Reef and it sort of increased in price. If there is more marketing laid out for this coin, then I do believe that it could do well. But it's really hard to say, guys. Like if Bitcoin corrects, then ultimately all of these predictions, these short-term predictions, will just get wiped out. So you just need to bear that in mind. Not bet the farm. And obviously, once your coin has gone up double, then you just take up what you've put in, and you can just let the rest ride. And just find another coin. Obviously, if you've bought at these tops, then it's a bit unfortunate. But going forward, if you dollar cost average, so buy a bit each day or each week or whatever, then it lowers your average entry price. And I think someone said something about Parsec. Nice, man. You got good coins. Yeah, ADA, Reef, ETH, API free, DOS. Yeah, Graph. Nice. Yeah, someone said something about Parsec, right? Where is that? Thoughts on Parsec? Look, man. It's too early to say that Reef is failing. Like, if you guys don't know what Reef is, it's like, how do I explain? It's like an interface. So it's a user based. In terms of its growth, it's user based. So it's like an interface. It basically is a tool for all of these new people to get into DeFi, and it's when it catches on, that's when the price goes up. At the moment, it's undervalued because not a lot of people are using it. You're not seeing it very high in terms of the market ranking. So to say it's dumping, like how can you say it's dumping, guys? Like really, like where's the dump? I don't understand. It's setting a higher lows on a daily basis. Like if we were to draw a trend line from the lows, pretty much that is like the trend of Reef. So until it goes below this trend line, you can't really say it's dumping as such. You just need to give it time. It's a very it's a volatile asset, and obviously we've had an initial buzz from people like KSI. So when this dies off, we'll see another pump in the future. And we talked about Parsec as well. Parsec's being a bit weird. So today, up 14%. At the moment, I'd still say that it's within this accumulation phase here. This is seeming like it's going to last for a lifetime because we're not going to get out of it. But you can see here somewhat in a descending channel here, which when we do have the breakout, which may happen today, may happen tomorrow, but when we do have that breakout, that is a good bullish sign for the Parsec coin, because you can see here the last time we had a breakout, this coin surged around it surged around nearly 200%. Okay, so if we extrapolate just the price move, not the same percentage move, but if we extrapolate just the same price move, then we could go up to around 2.5 Okay, in a very good scenario, we could see it go all the way up to the 0.618 fib, which would be at $2.90, which I do believe is definitely possible in the breakout. Because think of it, guys, it's like a massive coil. The more it gets rejected, the more it's coiling up, and when that breakout does happen, hopefully, most likely in my opinion, to the upside, then it's just gonna rocket up. And what a better time to accumulate than now within this range. Like, it's just a no-brainer to me. Is the best gains in crypto are when you get coins that are consolidating with, and that's applicable to pretty much most coins in my opinion. What else? Bloody hell, we've got a lot of comments here. Yada 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 yada. Look, I'm not gonna try give financial advice, but I have a bag of Reef. Okay, I believe in it long term. That's why I'm holding it. I've told my friends to buy it. I made a banter song about it to try get some free coins, but that didn't go well. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's a coin that is worth investing. If you want to minimize your risk, as soon as it doubles, you take out what you initially put in and you let the rest ride, because you're investing now before everyone starts to use the application. So you don't know how long it's going to take, whether it's going to be a couple months, half a year, or a year. But when that eventual, or hopefully that eventual adoption happens, which I think is inevitable considering it's on the Polkadot ecosystem and it's a super undervalued ecosystem. So when that catches on, your initial investment is just going to rapidly increase if things go the way you think it will. But just look at other coins that have been significantly undervalued. So if we look at Cardano, this doesn't give us all of the price data that I'd look for. But yeah, in terms of 2019, 2018, this is the bear market, guys. This coin significantly undervalued. People weren't really talking about crypto at all within this whole box range here, within this whole range. So I would equate Reef to something similar. Now, obviously, it doesn't have the same price data as Cardano, but if you're buying a coin before people are using it, then once they start to use it, they're obviously going to need the coin. If there's a fixed supply of that coin, a lot of the coins are locked up, then it's just a no-brainer, in my opinion, that the price is just going to go up. But you guys do what you want. Talking of Cardano, actually, damn, this coin is breaking out now. $1.15. We're going to go over coins as well a bit later on, but we're just trying to look at the comments, stay engaged with you guys. So Mario Seam, it's a good coin in my opinion. I own a bag. Okay, that's the answer to your question. Okay, so Trixis, I wouldn't say that it's a shit XRP. XRP, I went over this yesterday, but XRP, the owners of XRP, so Brett Garlinghouse and the other dude, they basically sell XRP to make a living. Basically, that's how they survive. So they sold, like, was it 1 billion worth of XRP throughout from 2013 all the way up until now. So it's not the same in terms of the what the coins are trying to achieve. Okay, XRP is like a coin for international settlements that banks are using to basically transfer money to each other at a cheaper rate, which eventually will be done on they'll be done on CBDC blockchain networks, potentially on networks like Cosmos and other interoperable networks like that. But the use case for XRP and for Reef is completely different. Like, in my opinion, no good crypto investor is holding XRP because they want to see it do well. Like, it's not likely to happen, in my opinion. Whereas all of these newer coins, they all have a use case. Like, the use case for XRP is pretty much null and void for banks to send money to each other. But if you think about the current infrastructure being laid out, it just, that narrative seems to have gone and passed. Now, if the SEC case for Ripple is to go well, then don't get me wrong, that could bring some good price action to XRP. But you know, like for me, buying XRP is a gamble, much more than buying coins that are within an ecosystem created by someone who created the Ethereum or helped create the Ethereum blockchain. So like, you just have to try and see the narratives, you know. It's I don't know, you just have to like try to overview everything, and from there you sort of get to see where things will be headed, you know. That's how I tend to look at things. But look at all these coins, guys. Look at the market cap. The highest market cap within the Polkadot ecosystem is 39 billion, being Polkadot itself. If we look at all of these other market caps, they're freaking tiny in comparison. Sorry about that. Busy guy today. But yeah, like Kusama last year, $5. Now it's $236, and the growth isn't done yet. We are halfway through alt season, so you know a lot of shit can change by the end of the year. But like now, in my opinion, it's the time to be buying these coins. We're not at the peak of alt season yet, so until that happens, you can continue to buy, and I would think it'd be relatively safe. But that's just my opinion. Do you do that with all your coins that will double taking out the initial investment, or just the coins like ETH and ADA? So it's with coins that are like speculative. That's how I do it. So well, I shouldn't say speculative. It's with coins that are like lower down in market cap. So if I think it's like a riskier play, so for example, the coins that I don't buy and sell half are coins like coins in the top 10 basically. So if we go, so Bitcoin, I just buy and hold and I add to my stack. So when I take half of other coins, I would add them to either Bitcoin and Ethereum. But coins generally within the top 10, I don't see the need to do that, because there's less risk involved. There's more liquidity, and more than likely this is where big money will put their money. But with lower coins, you know, with lower market cap, then it gets a bit more risky. So past the 100 rank on CoinGecko, or anything lower than that, you could arguably say that is a bit more risky. So depending on your conviction with the coin and what your plans are within your portfolio, that's how you want to allocate your funds. Because it, like, really and truly, I want to buy as many coins as I can, but if I'm limited by my capital, then I have to be smart about how my capital is allocated. So I'd want to, you know, I want to like be able to cast a wide net, you know, like you plant a money seed, you let that grow. If you get seeds from that tree, you can then plant more seeds. You know, that's how I look at it. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, Juan Carlo, I believe Reef is a good investment. That's in my opinion. I hold some. Up to you whether you want to hold some or not, but I hold some. So you sort of did miss the update. If you scroll back into the stream, it was basically me talking about the Reef partnership with Tron and Harmony 1. So if you scroll back towards the start of the stream, it should be there. Check the graph, possible breakout from triangle and retest and resistance line. Cool, I'll have a look. Also, I'll be going over some coins that I think are going to do quite well in the next couple of weeks or so. That's if Bitcoin doesn't, you know, shit the bed. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video as well. Subscribe if you're new around here. Always welcoming to new people. So we're looking at the graph. Yeah, this is looking good. So I did actually buy some of the graph just the other day or so. If you guys don't know, I sort of bought in around here, told my friends to buy. They got super excited and then yeah, they bought in. So I sold some up here, and then I think I bought in back on the dip. But the fact that we've broken down excuse me, the fact that we've broken past this downwards resistance line is a good sign in my opinion. If we have a look at some of the indicators, so it seems like we're in a consolidation phase. The RSI doesn't seem to be getting, too negative and downwards in its price movement. We seem to have had a bounce here, which corresponds with this sort of this level here. If we go in on a lower time frame, we can have a look and see what's happening. So there seems to be this trend line forming here. Might be a bit too early to say, but this seems okay. This is not working. This could potentially be the trend line for the graph here. Currently, the local high prior to the all-time high is around $2.40. So hopefully we can break that now. Did we get up to it? Yeah, we got up to it just in the last couple hours or so. So that is a good sign. We came down to retest these levels here, which is an even better sign. And now we are going up. This is on the 1 hourly. This is on the 1 hourly chart. So it is a bit more volatile, but ultimately this could be a good time to enter in the graph. Looking at is this the 200 day? Yeah, looking at the 200 EMA, we had a bounce from it and we're going up. And on the 2 hour, we haven't even come to touch it. So as long as we are going up with the purple line, which is the 200 EMA, it indicates that we are in an uptrend. And until we break down below it, you want to hold the coin basically. So yeah, you could buy it now. You could maybe try wait, but I don't think it will go down. I think we've already had the dump being in this area here. But if you did want to wait for a little dump or so, if we go from the swing low to the swing high, then yeah, maybe if you wanted to set up a limit order for around the golden pocket area, so between $2.10 and between $1.80, but in my opinion, I don't think that's very likely, because yeah, you can see here it's just not, it's getting bought up basically. So what we'd want now is for the MACD to spread its wings, so basically, and for there to be similar bullish waves like we saw here. This is just one massive consolidation basically, is what I'm getting at. So if we just quickly, this is the consolidation phase. For fuck's sake, excuse my language, but oh, for fuck's sake, man, this is very fidgety. But you guys get what I'm trying to, do with this. Yeah, on the 3 hour, the stochastics looking good. On the 4 hour, looking good. You can see here that we've had our crossover. So relative to the previous lows, we are going up. How long will this continue? I don't know. But going up on each time frame, the stochastics looking better and better. So yeah, so on the 12 hour there, it looks really juicy, because yeah, not financial advice, but I own some. I think this will do well. Let me see if there's any more comments before I move on to a different coin. I don't have a Discord actually, but I have, what do you call it? I have a Telegram group. It's in the description below. So it's Kakashi Crypto Telegram group. So I'm trying to get more people in there, but my channel's still fairly small. So if you want to, go in the description, click on the Linktree and join. And yeah, I can, if you guys want, I could like try to post the coins I'm looking at in there, but let me know. I'm hopeful for Reef and newbie. It's my first substantial investment. Yeah, I think Reef will do you well, man. You just need to be patient with crypto. This is what I've learned. Like, everything ebbs and flows. It goes up and it goes down. Ultimately, the best time to get in is when things have dumped. But you'll be surprised how quickly things can move in crypto. Like, you just need to be patient, basically. So you wanted me to repeat my concept of Reef. basically, how do I explain this? So with Yearn Finance, okay, Yearn Finance, it's like a DeFi aggregator, and they are able to Wi-Fi. They're able to find you the best yield on a certain pool. So if we just bring up the Yearn Finance website really quickly, and I'll show you what I mean. Cool. So Yearn Finance, we go to the earn. Okay, so fucking hell, let's do this again. I'm getting to the explanation, just need to okay, so as you can see on Yearn Finance, they have these different options here. And basically what Yearn Finance will do, they'll look through different protocols within the current DeFi ecosystem, and then they'll put your capital to work for you. Now obviously you still need to pay gas fees and whatnot, but they're basically searching. It's like Google. They'll search through the blockchains that they're co-integrated with, and then they try to find you the best yield. Currently the best yield is on USDC, and that's 22%. But what Reef Finance does, it basically does the same thing as Yearn Finance in terms of searching for the best yield, but they'll do that across different blockchains. So you don't have to manually look at this. They'll for example they'll search Yearn Finance's blockchain. They'll look at these rates. Then they can go to like something like Aave. They can have a look at the current rates that they're offering. Then they could go to maybe something like Curve. And between these three different platforms, they'll have a look and what has the best interest. So let's say Aave had like something ridiculous of like 50% interest. Then Reef Finance would recommend that to you, and you would just invest via their platform. So I hope that makes sense. So any more questions? Discover the channel, like your analysis. Could you take a look at band for us? Is that a long-term cup and handle forming? Nervous, I guess, just everything going up. It seems to be hover around good. Yeah man, it is a bit crazy, to be honest, the crypto world, but it's a beautiful madness. And once you master it and you understand it, then you can just make like crazy money, man. So just stick with it, follow the right people. Don't listen to people that like don't make sense and just are just like, giving you bad advice. Like, just try to have a diversified set of influencers that you listen to. So some people that I listen to are the Crypto Lark or Lark Davis, the Crypto Zombie. Who else? That's mainly it. Oh, the Crypto Lifestyle as well. He's on point when it comes to pre-sales. Currently I'm not getting into pre-sales because ETH fees are high and I'd rather trade and do other shit. But to be honest, trading and pre-sales, you can sort of get the same ROI. Just depends on how much risk you want to take. With pre-sales, it's a bit more risky because you don't know if it's going to go up, but it just lowers the risk because you're getting in at the lowest, or not lowest, but a very low price in comparison to when the product launches. And there was a question. I can't remember what you said. Oh yeah, thanks for arriving to the channel. Who said that? Okay, so I'll look at MDX a bit afterwards. I'm going to look at band first, and then I'll so yeah, this seems to be playing out, guys. Momentum for the graph is you can see the histogram bars are getting lighter in color and getting smaller, so that would indicate that these two trend lines, the signal line and the trend line, are about to cross over towards the upside. This, bear in mind, is only on the 12-hour, but you just, yeah, it's looking good. The 2-day The 3-day, not so much data there, but it's looking good. And there was a question, band protocol. That was it. So band. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. So band. Yeah, it's looking nice, man. It's looking nice. Funnily enough, yeah, I told my dad to buy some around here, and after like taking out 100 quid of profit, and you only put in 90 quid, he's still, huh? I'm trying to do a live stream, Dad, and you're disturbing me. Sorry, guys. This every time I try to live stream, my dad seems to disturb me. So smash up the like button for my efforts and my lack of non-privacy. But basically, yeah, this is looking good. If we draw this really quick, this being the cup. In terms of a cup and handle, I would say that it's, I mean, oh bloody hell, man, everyone's fucking calling me. Sorry. I would say that it's sort of broken out to the upside, and these are previous fib lines that I drew, I think either in summer or can't remember when, between summer and December. But yeah, these are key fib lines, and the fact that it bounced off of this fib level here on the daily, so it had two bounces here, that's a good sign. And I do believe that either we will be in a consolidation phase for band for like the next couple of days, or it's just going to continue to break higher, because like this is like roughly similar to what the graph did in terms of getting to a high, then bouncing off of the previous resistance as support. So that's a very good sign. Also as well, if we look at the 200-day EMA, then we can see that we are in an uptrend, a clear uptrend. Now this is on the log chart, but yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. What do you guys prefer, the log chart or normal chart? I'm gonna put the log chart on. But yeah, in terms of a trading range, I could see, hold on a minute, let me redraw this. So in terms of a trading range, if we go back to this swing low here, and let's say we go from the cycle top, this is going to look a bit different on the standard chart. On the log chart, this I just prefer it because it's a bit easier in terms of like parabolic price moves, instead of always having to scroll and do all that stuff. But yeah, it's looking good. We're in the upper range of this ascending channel here, so hopefully band could break out of this upwards trading range, and then it could flip it as support, which would then start the next parabolic leg up. And I think this would, if we keep an eye on the oracles, band, DR, Chainlink, API free, these will be an upcoming and continuous narrative to look out for. But in terms of the stochastics, looking good. We just had a crossover on the daily. Sometimes it can be a bit choppy, as we've seen here, but I believe that yeah, we will start to set higher lows. But as always, nothing is guaranteed in crypto. But it is looking good. If you look at band BTC as well, how is that looking? So band BTC, in terms of the Wall Street cheat sheet, is looking very good. Not financial advice, of course, but it is undervalued in accordance to the 200-day EMA, which is the purple line here. However, given the current price action for Bitcoin, I don't know if it's guaranteed that this will go up. But if we have a look at Wall Street cheat sheet, 1 second, guys. Wall Street cheat sheet. This should be the same across all markets, but I don't know. With Bitcoin, with how parabolic it is, if we were to just blast off, then obviously it could somewhat affect this the price action for Band. But more or less, you guys can see here, I would say Band BTC, sorry, is in this stage here. So if Band USD can continue to pump and Bitcoin goes sideways, then Band BTC should break out from underneath this not resistance, but this consolidation phase, I guess. You can see how eerily similar it pretty much is to this, in my opinion. So where were we? Let me close these. Any more comments? Let's see. Damn. If you want my thoughts on Reef, Nico, could you go back to the earlier stream, because I've already covered that as well. But I believe it's a good long-term project to hold, and for noobs coming into crypto, because if you really break it down, just to give an extra 2 cents, crypto is actually quite complicated. Unless you have months of skin in the game, you're not really gonna like get it straight away like that. With my friends, I've been trying to coach them up, and it does take a while to learn everything. It took me several months, but even now there's still more that we can or I can learn as an individual. So basically, for there to be a product that simplifies DeFi crypto investing for all of newer people into the market, I think that's huge. It's like how can I come up with an analogy? But it's like, I don't know. But basically, something that's simplified for a beginner would be a lot easier to use than something that's a lot more complicated and techie, in my opinion. Because if this is ultimately like the future of finance, then you would want something that's relatively easy to use. So let me think of it. So the same way that your bank account, well, most people's bank account has like a relatively easy user interface. It's not too advanced. There's withdrawal, there's deposit, there's you can look at the transactions. That's pretty much how I would equate the simplification of Reef in comparison to the technicalities of the crypto world, if that makes sense. So there's a couple MDX. The one I'm talking about is Medalla Exchange Token. MDX, let me have a look. MDX, Medalla Exchange Token. Okay, nice. It's done quite well. Haven't actually heard of this project before, but I'd be curious to find out what it does. Medalla Exchange Token. I see. So I'm guessing this is somewhat of a utility token. This is funny because it almost has the initials of my name, just in an anagram. So what is the market cap for this coin? It's very, very small. I don't even know. Not that much trading volume. Up 5x in the last 2 weeks or so. Up in this. Yeah, it's looking quite good. It's I don't know. How did you hear about this coin? It'd be interesting to hear. But automated market maker, another Uniswap coin. That's these fees, man, on Uniswap. But I mean, ultimately, if Binance Coin can freaking 10x within a year, why could this coin not do quite well? But let me see if I can go on CoinMarketCap to find the actual market cap for MDX. Keep posting questions and stuff, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button as well if you haven't. MDX, the dollar exchange token. Okay, 22%. So I cannot find the market cap. So I don't know how. Well, obviously it's a very, very new project, but I'd need to do some more independent research into the project before I could speak on it. But yes, quite a small market cap project. Excuse me. So yeah, that is that. Why are people hating on Reef, man? What's your problem with Reef? Did you buy the top? More money to be made with other projects within short time. Yeah, so like I'm not saying to go all in on ETH. What I'm saying is just add it to your portfolio, and like if you had obviously you just have to do what works for you. Okay, I can't like tell you what works, but there's no point hating on a project. If a project has gone down and is significantly undervalued, like it's gone down 20 something percent, then for me, I see that as a good opportunity. So like even if it's a small speculative play, you just have to make sure you take profit, and then you keep stepping. You don't just hold on to a position. You just need to accumulate profits. How's my Bitcoin trade doing? Am I getting wrecked? I'm not getting wrecked, which I'm happy about. Not that much made in terms of profits for the day, but hopefully we have a huge fat surge, and I can add to my my pay for the month. Kind of crazy. You know what, guys? I quit my job in December, and I actually had no idea that I'd be able to like trade. I just thought like I can't do that job anymore. I have to bet myself. I have to invest in myself. So I bought Token Metrics. I spent like £400 or something like that. And then what else? Yeah, I was just like looking at other people that I respect in the space, sort of getting ideas on how to trade. And then from there, I've just been able to do fairly well, which I'm kind of surprised about. Yeah, I'm still heavily down on like my Ethereum trade because I fucked up a lot, but for Bitcoin, I'm killing it, so I cannot complain. But these things just come with time, and I'm sure given enough time, you lot will be a lot better traders than myself. I'd like to think I'm fairly no, I'm not risk adverse at all. I've done some stupid shit, but I learn from my mistakes. That's the main thing. More money to be made. What are your thoughts and predictions on Vechain? So if you have looked at my previous videos, you would have come to the conclusion that I was a moon boy for Vechain, basically. But you also need to understand that I'm trying to get views, okay? So like people don't really click on my videos unless I finagle the bagel a bit to say more or less. But I was calling for $75 Vechain. Now realistically, I don't think that's gonna happen this cycle, but you know how it is with using that. Ultimately, it's looking good for Vechain. What is this? This is a fractal I drew. Let me delete this. I'm sure there is more price data for Vechain, but we'll just go with this. In fact, let's not go with this. Let's go with something else. Can hopefully get more. I don't know which exchange has the most price data for Vechain, but let me try Bitfinex. Yeah. So this is a fractal I drew out way back, and so far it's more or less playing out. Like kind of weird. I drew this when was it here? Yeah, November. From here to here. And I didn't fucking buy it, man. Story of my life. I recommend like almost the best coins, and I don't fucking listen to my own advice, man. But yeah, sorry to go off on a tangent. It's looking quite good in terms of a buy for Vechain. Visually, what you need to remember as well, that a lot of new people into the space, they see like coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, think, oh, okay, that's too expensive. So when you get coins with at the price of like 5 cents, then it can be very appetizing for new investors. But it depends on your time frame for Vechain. And let me remember the question exactly. Predictions on Vechain. So in terms of I can't really say what the price will do. I can just draw a fib and look at where I think the price could go. That is what I think is more likely. So we had we've met this target already at the 5 cent mark. We did have a little dip. Now we're going upwards. So the next short-term price target would be at around 7.6 cent or so. So currently, from where we currently are now, that would be roughly a 26% move. Now this could happen in the next day or so. It could happen in the next week or so. But if you if you have a look at previous breakouts of all-time highs, the moves happened or not all-time highs, but local highs. The moves happened relatively in a short space of time. So here we flip that support within a week. You could say this move happened or so. So yeah, hopefully within the next week or so, we see Vechain at 7.7 cent, and beyond that, beyond next week, maybe it gets rejected, maybe it blasts straight through. I can't say exactly, but beyond that, the next price level to look at would be 8.8 cent. So that would be currently from where we are a 52% move. So as a short-term trade, it's quite good. As always, I would recommend taking profit in Bitcoin and Ethereum until the cycle is over, just to compound your gains, but not financial advice. Also as well, if you guys are just hodling, I would recommend to at least earn some yield on your crypto. So you can do that via Nexo, you can do that via BlockFi, via Celsius. I hold my crypto on Nexo, but if you want to get $23, then check my LINKTREE and then go on, I think it's Celsius or BlockFi, but I would recommend Celsius simply because BlockFi, they only allow you one free withdrawal. So I think, actually no, out of all of those free platforms, I think Celsius might be the best because I think they're still free. BlockFi, it's only one free withdrawal. Nexo, they have a tier-based system now where there's like 4 tiers. So you need to have anywhere from 5 to 10% of your portfolio in Nexo in order to get those free withdrawals. But it depends on like what you're looking for really, because they all have different advantages. Nexo, they have a swap feature within the app. Celsius, they have good yield on some coins like synthetics, which I hold, like Matic as well, good yield of like 13% or 11%, something like that. But it just depends. And this is currently let's see what's happening. Am I getting wrecked? Oh shit, I'm getting wrecked. And fuck. Nah, not that bad. Yeah, seem to be consolidating at these price levels. I missed the breakout, but who knows what? I think maybe close this trade because the price is consolidated. £6 loss, I'll take that. I just wait for another dump as well. If you guys are looking to trade, then what I recommend, what's been working well for me, is just buying at like big even numbers or selling at those big even numbers, or looking at the VWAP. So for example, if we look here, for example, in the past we had, where is it, 56,000, 54,000. So this dump here was in accordance to like the 55k level here. So if you'd set up a limit order, then you could have caught this this dump, and then obviously you'd have caught the eventual pump that happens. So from here, if we were to dump, I don't know, maybe 57, that is a bit tight in terms of the price action. So I don't necessarily think this would happen, but potentially the 56k level, 56.8, between like 57 and the VWAP. Or you could just try to be ultra conservative. You could like put in a limit order at like 56 or 56.4, and when we do hopefully have that eventual bounce, then when the bounce happens, you can cash out. But if you don't know how to trade, I would recommend going on the Bybit testnet. So you go on testnet, It's not coming up because it's on my new laptop. But you type in testnet.bybit and then go on Google, and then you can trade like that. And I have affiliate links in the description if you're interested in trading. Whoa, a lot of comments. Yes, Reef to $1. Yes, go Reef, go. Good. The market cap is roughly 15 to 20 million right now. Circulating supply is 200 million. So is this for that other coin, the MDX coin? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I guess yeah, that would sort of be based on adoption of the exchange. I mean, I need to look at where they're based and stuff like that. It looks like an Asian exchange, but yeah, I need to do some more research. I don't want to just like talk off the top and say something incorrect. No problem for band. If you haven't smashed the like button already, please do hit subscribe as well if you're new around here. Where else? Yeah, if you have a look at the graph really quick. GRT. Okay, there we go. It's not doing so badly. Not doing so badly at all. 17% for the day. Shit then. Okay. So short-term targets, I would say $2.80, or let's say the $3 mark, and then beyond that $3.20. I don't know how long that will take to happen, but just pump. I just need this coin to pump. I cannot complain. I was going to go over coins that I do believe will do well as well, but let me just go over the comments as well so I don't leave you guys hanging. Yep, Reef to the moon, VTHO, Vechain Thor. Oh my god, there's so many comments. What's the next low cost coin? Okay, let me go over Pundi X because I don't want to leave people on red. Pundi X. Pundi X. I don't even know the ticker name for that. Pundi X. I haven't heard of what it. Jesus Christ, mate! Why didn't you tell me about this yesterday? Freaking hell, Jesus Christ. I would be careful buying it now because obviously you're buying a top, but freaking hell. Oh my god. Okay, let me look at the market cap. That will give me more of an insight in terms of. Guys, join my Telegram and then just post your coins in the Telegram so that we can all benefit off of each other, because at the moment it's scattered. If everyone's just saying this in the comments, it's like it only lives there for like the day. But if you post it in my Telegram, which is in the description, or my Linktree, then everyone gets to see that, and yeah, you'll get more flows of ideas, which I think is good. So yeah, I would not buy this today. If there's to be like a short, oh my god, man, if there's to be a short-term flash crash tomorrow or like in the next week, then it could be a good entry potentially. Looking at the long-term chart though, I don't know what has caused this. Maybe there's been a large market order. Or no, actually, that can't even be the case. I would need to look into the fundamentals of what's caused this, because that is monstrous, these gains, man. Congrats if you're holding this. Congrats if you got in early. Oh man, this makes me want to cry. I don't like to see pumps that I'm not involved in. Oh man. Also guys, let me know if you've ever suffered from crypto PTSD. I have my fair share of crypto PTSD because let me not talk about it. I'll start crying. Sick, game over, man. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, so we did Pundi X. The graph is breaking out. So if you did want to catch potential short-term momentum trade, maybe the graph right now, but do be careful because you know how it is, guys. Shit can change very quickly. I know many OGs hate IOTA, but it's coming back to life, and my guess would be that they're still FOMO when they see it coming back. What's your opinion on IOTA USD? Funnily enough, yeah, my dad was actually talking about IOTA. He was telling me about it prior to this pump, I remember looking at it. We were having a little family talk. Yeah, this is from previous. I can't even remember when we were talking about it, but it's just gone absolutely freaking crazy, man. Jesus Christ. This is alt season, man. This is what I live for, man. I love this. I would say if you want to get in on this coin, then have a limit order on like a previous fib level, because you don't want to be buying a top, because you don't know if that's like the end of the trend. Short term, yeah, it could continue to pump upwards, but long term, it's just a bit. It's not a good strategy. It's good for short term trading, and even then. But we can start to see more selling pressure and more resistance. We sort of even get up to this fib level here, but I think maybe it's gonna start consolidating. If we have a look at some of the indicators, yeah, it's looking like it could consolidate in and around these levels, in my opinion. So if you want to get in for the next pump, I would potentially have limit orders at the $1.26 mark, in case there's like a similar wick here. If you wanted to be cheeky, you could go for this previous high here, which corresponds with this sort of level being flipped as support here, which would be roughly at around the $95 level, 95 cent level, anywhere between there and $1, if there's to be a super big wick. But in terms of the stochastic, it's looking good. We are we've had a crossover now, and we are in the upper territory of the stochastic RSI, as well as the MACD, indicating that we're in a huge bullish trend. Now this I wouldn't say it's a hidden bearish divergence, because there hasn't been enough price data, but I would just, like I previously said, I would assume that it's going to enter consolidation phase. Hopefully Bitcoin doesn't dump or do anything crazy. Look at IOTA BTC. Let me just keep an eye on my trade, because I'm not trying to get wrecked while giving you guys advice. Okay, no, not getting wrecked. Let's see. Should bounce. Yeah, okay, it's looking quite good. Hopefully we have a bounce off of this level here, $2,020 here. If you did want to get in on a quick scalp, maybe might be a good time, but you know how it goes. We're looking at IOTA BTC. IOTA BTC, that is looking interesting. So I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable trading IOTA BTC. I would trade IOTA USD, simply because of the volatility of Bitcoin in itself. However, having said that, this is looking good because it has come above the 200-day EMA, but long term you can see that we are in a downtrend for IOTA BTC. So I could see maybe this pump just equating to something like how we saw last year, last year, and then maybe coming back down, because throughout August until December, Bitcoin just absolutely went on a tear. So if you were to buy it now thinking that Bitcoin's going to cool down, what if it doesn't? What if it continues to just go on a rampage? And then you'll just basically see a similar bleed against Bitcoin. So I would say, even though it's not necessarily guaranteed to outpace Bitcoin, if you wanted to trade this, trade it against USD, then take the profits in Bitcoin, because of I would just think that would be more easy to manage in terms of like price action. Any more questions? Nimik. So I'll cover Vechain and then Nimik as well. Right. I'll go back over Nimik as well, but I'll just go over them in order. So Nimik. Excuse me. Were they available though? No. Okay, Nimik. Damn. Okay, this is looking interesting. What is the market cap for Nimik? Okay, 56 million, fairly small. I don't know exactly what the use case is for Nimik, but if we have a look in the comparison, so it's going up against USD, but not against Bitcoin or Ethereum, which if you're not concerned about out competing Bitcoin or Ethereum, then yeah, don't have to worry about this. This is starting to go parabolic. So in terms of entry prices, if we draw a quick fib, that seems to be my favorite phrase, draw a quick fib. If we draw a quick fib, then the 0.618 would correspond with this previous high that we saw in early January, where we double topped, we came down, and yeah, we can see here just in the last week alone that we came down to this previous level here, and it got bought up very, very quickly. So here was the momentum shift. Here is the new, what appears to be the new consolidation phase. If I just, yeah, here appears to be the new consolidation phase, and if it is to wick back down to these levels, then I would look at buying some. If we look at the weekly chart, so the weekly chart is looking very, very good. You can see here higher lows being set. Yeah, this was generally the consolidation phase. Breakout, you could argue this is another consolidation phase, and that this could be also another consolidation phase before we do have a breakout. So what you'd want to watch out for is this sort of trend line. Now it isn't perfect, bear in mind, but in general you sort of get where I'm going with this. Don't know how long it's going to take to break out, but it is something to keep an eye on, and you'd want to sort of accumulate at, you know, the lower end of the the rectangle that I've drawn. So to be not conservative, what's the word? Well, just have a look at the 0.618 fib, which would be 0.006 cent. In the worst case scenario, we could go down to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, which would be 0.005 cent. So anywhere within here is considered the golden pocket and potentially a good buying zone. I would need to look into the use case for Nimik because I have no idea how it works, but I think more or less, yeah, if you just buy a coin, like a decent coin, it's just gonna pump. So everything's just going crazy, like literally everything. Just have to make sure that there's some activity on that network or that coin that you're buying, and it will pump. Like, look at. I'm actually speechless for the day. You know, it's just absolutely crazy. I'm gonna have to end the stream soon, guys, because I do have other stuff that I need to do. Open to hearing more coins as well. Yes, man. Reef to the moon, as always. I've covered Nimik, Vechain Thor. Yeah, so Vechain Thor. This is the utility, not utility token. It's the other part of Vechain's coin. Oh my god, man! I got a recommendation to buy here, and I didn't buy it. So it looks like it's gonna maybe break out again. It's looking like it wants to. Shit. Crap, man. Yeah, I would. It's really, really tough to say. I don't know. It could be forming a bull flag. If I can freaking draw. if you see here, this could be the bull flag here. So 6 hour chart, that would be a bit easier. So it depends on how you want to draw the wicks. I would maybe draw it like this to be a bit more cautious. So if you did want to catch the breakout, then let's hope this comes up down to retest it, or it could just continue to pump straight through it all the way to the next fib levels. It's a tough one to say, but if you are going to go in now, I wouldn't put in everything just in case it does have that retracement or that dip that I'd anticipate. But yeah, this seems to be a key level, this fib level, if you go to the daily. So this 0.5 fib level seems to be a key level for it. And yeah, if it does break like it's looking like it wants to, then we could see higher price levels for this coin. And one thing we do need to bear in mind, if we have a look at this, so I'm not really sure what this corresponds to. Maybe it's the date of Binance listing, but yeah, it's looking good. The 200-day EMA is trending upwards. Had its consolidation phase now. I don't want you guys to get caught up in something like here where we think it's going to break out and then it doesn't break out and then it continues to consolidate. So that's why I'd maybe take like a little jab at it, put something down, and just watch out to see how the coin does. So they're cutting down market cap 250 billion to right. Pundi X, they're cutting down the market cap. I see. Yeah, I would need to look into the Pundi X coin because it is and also which one is it? What's the difference between? Yeah, I need to do some more research before I speak further on that. ADA is taking off now. This could be your last chance to get under $2. It could go up to $8 by the end of this bull run. Back up the track. Yeah, man, I'm bullish on ADA. I've already got some ADA. I got some the other day actually. Let me not go over my crypto PTSD, but let's look at ADA. It's shit. Then it's doing quite well. Yeah, it's looking nice. I got in roughly within this region, despite owning some here. Okay, what the crypto PTSD story is basically I had some oh man, it's depressing. I bought some in like summer or whatever, like around here. It went up. I thought I was the bee's knees, being new to crypto, having like a month's experience. So I sold it for like 120 quid profit. It went all the way back down to like these levels here. It's like 7 cent in September, and then around 8 cent in November, and I didn't buy any. And then it does like a 10x, which is just my freaking luck. But as comes with experience, you don't repeat the same mistake twice. So next bull run, or next dip even, fuck next bull run, next dip, I'm capitalizing as I did, and it's paid off so far. But yeah, ADA in terms of levels, if we go over, I don't know which chart has the best price data, or the longest price data for ADA, so forgive me, it might take a while here. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Bittrex maybe. Yeah, okay, so let's just, even though this isn't the best chart, hold on, let me see if I can find another. Do they not have Coinbase on here? Okay, I don't really get this. But let's just go with this current price data. Where would I say the swing high to the swing lows? It's a bit annoying because it doesn't really. In fact, I'm not going to do that because you need the full price data to sort of do fib analysis. But yeah, I definitely agree with you that ADA, now that it's broken $1, $2, $3 is definitely on the cards. If we look at the market cap for ADA, it's definitely a coin that you want to hold. In my opinion, Bitcoin, Ethereum, not so much Chainlink, but Cardano and Polkadot are coins that you definitely want to hold. If you look at the market cap, 35 billion in comparison to other coins. So 35 billion, yeah, it's tiny in comparison to Ethereum's market share. And just to get there, that would be, hold on, what's that divided by 35? So just to get to Ethereum's current market cap, that would be a 6x now. So that would correspond with a $6, roughly $6 ADA, just to catch up to Ethereum's market cap of 232 billion, which I definitely believe is possible. Same thing for Polkadot, 6x from here, so that would put it at roughly $240. I'm not really messing with Chainlink, but other oracles I think can do well, which I can go over in a bit as well. Talking of coins, let me just wrap this up by going over the coins that I think are going to do well. Let me just go over my trade real quick and then we'll summarize by the coins. What's this thing doing, man? Is it going to go up or not? Yeah, okay, so we're going to summarize coins that I've been keeping an eye on. 1 inch, guys. So 1 inch, if you missed the breakout for Graph and other coins like that, this to me just looks beautiful. It's been consolidating now for basically 2 months, and it's just, in my opinion, it looks like a coil ready to just shoot out. In terms of a pattern, I wouldn't really say there's like a tradable pattern here. I would just say that it's within this range, and that when the breakout does happen, that we can look for these levels. So the first level would be the $7.88 mark. After that would be the $10.80 mark, more or less, and then after that, the final fib extension would be at the $12.50 mark. So that's what we're hoping for. Currently, the Uniswap coin has a $8 billion market cap, which is absolutely freaking mind blowing. If we look at 1 inch, wherever it is, okay, let me just search 1 inch. Yeah, so 1 inch, $500 million market cap. So just to get to where Uniswap is now, so if we did 8 billion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, divided by 500 billion. Sorry, 500 million. 1, 2, 3. That would give us a 16x for this coin of $5 to reach the market cap of Uniswap. And do bear in mind that these are moving targets, so these are price levels that we're expecting could be upped in future. But if 1 inch is to do a 16x and match Uniswap's current market cap in the next half a year or whatever it is, however long this bull run is, which also we need to look at into the charts just to give you guys an understanding of what's going on. But 16x now from 16x times 5.36 would give us roughly a valuation of $85 per 1 inch token. So is that possible? I think within the next year it definitely could be. Seems unrealistic now, but with the parabolic nature of crypto, I definitely think that's on the card. So bear in mind, just don't be dismissive of this. One chart I wanted to go over, several charts I wanted to go over actually, were the let me just close my trade real quick. Okay, it's closed. It was nice while it lasted. So this is the what do you call it, the never look back price. Now this isn't statistically true for 100% of the price data, but more or less it's quite accurate in terms of the price never going back below these levels. So you can see here, and when the price did go below these levels, it wasn't by much. It was only by several hundreds of dollars or tens of dollars relative to what the price was at the time. But you can see here how it's steadily been increasing, and throughout 2020, well, we all know that this was a lie, because in March we went down to like 3,000, but the average price has sort of been well respected, and it's more or less paid out to be true. So it's saying that in accordance to where we are now, 49,000 could potentially be the market bottom from here on out, which is kind of crazy to think about. Looking at the cross asset stock to flow, which is just beautiful, man. It's saying that potentially Bitcoin could top out at around 246,000. This is why I'm a strong advocate of just putting my profits in Bitcoin, because this is just for the rest of our lifetime. Basically, we're always going to have this opportunity to buy in Bitcoin, but we want to capitalize and make the most Bitcoin as much as possible, because the future economy is going to be based around this, and you do need to, like, if you want a significant share of it, then obviously you need to have as much Bitcoin as you can. So other charts or graphs I thought were kind of cool were some of the following. So if we look at the cycle low. So this chart gives us an indication of how long each bull run has lasted and the sort of ROI for each bull run. So you can see here that the blue line indicates the first bull run, and it was very volatile and short-lived in comparison to the second bull run, which wasn't as volatile and lasted a longer space of time. In terms of the days difference, you could say it was roughly around 130 days different. Now this current bull run that we're in, despite this March crash, we are somewhat, and I think maybe because we had this March crash, we accelerated it a lot, because the pandemic is how a lot of people got into crypto. That's how I got into crypto initially, even though I knew about it way back in 2013. But let me not go over my crypto PTSD stories. But basically we're halfway in between 2013 and 2017. Now this isn't guaranteed to continue like this. If it does, I will be a freaking happy man, and I'm sure all of you be happy, ladies and gentlemen, because this will create life-changing wealth. But potentially we could be looking at another extended cycle. But there's so many factors to take into consideration, like this being a super cycle with the mass money printing all over the globe. Also with several billionaires coming into the space, MicroStrategy, Tesla, and so many others that are yet to come. MasterCard accepting crypto across their 70 million merchants. So that could either accelerate the ROI or extend the length of the cycle, or potentially do both. Who knows? It's really hard to say. If the cycle though was to repeat and we were to see a 2017 like bull run, then just from where we are now to the top, okay, this thing's just getting higher and higher. The last time I checked it was around 855 K, which is just crazy. Now it's potentially saying that if the cycle was to repeat, we could go to 900,000. which is more or less 1 million. What I mean, this is the thing about crypto, man. Like, it blows your mind, like, because as people, we're not able to think of exponential gains. We just think of, like, in linear terms, you know, from like 5 to 10, but we don't think of from 10 to like 1,000. So is this possible? Shit, man, I freaking hope so. But I don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but it's always nice to sort of keep this comparison in terms of, like, if we do meet the same ROI. But given how much larger the market cap is, I don't know whether that is going to happen. But at the same time, there's been so much adoption, and like the whole world is woken up to Bitcoin pretty much. So, man, it is really hard to say. But we do need to keep our eye on some of the other indicators as well that tell us when to sell. So if I have a look, it's not the Maya multiple. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. There's a lot to look at. The Puol multiple. So there's this one thing, the Puol multiple. It's not as good on this chart. It's better on Glassnode, but on Glassnode you have to pay. But more or less there's an oversold territory and there's a overbought territory. So when we have our peaks here, you could sort of identify the peaks by the previous lines here. So this line here, you could say the 1,000 mark. We've touched it in all the bull runs. So you could have a look at this level as a potential area in terms of where to sell. But like I said, the Glassnode model is better because it gives you a shaded red area and then a shaded green area. But there's a couple different other models as well that can sort of indicate where the top is. If you just give me some time, I think there's this one as well, the beam indicator. If you were like a long-term macro trader, for example, then you could have longed when we had the March capitulation at like 3,000 and then held your position all the way up until wherever. And going forward, we know that when we oh, look at that exit. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful, man. Beautiful. I did not get caught up in this. Anyway, looking at the cycles going forward, we know that when we enter this, then more than likely we're going to start going down. So that's the moment you know when to short trade. I have some people that I know that, like, they're just going against the trend. They're trying to short in a bull run, which I did last month or month before that, and it didn't go well. So it's just best to, you know, stick with the trend. Like, it doesn't make sense to go against that. But in terms of hold on, where is it now? Power law oscillator, beam indicator today since all-time high, 4-year multiple. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let me just go on this other website, Digitalic. It'll be a bit better, I think. Any questions? Thank you, Ellie. Nice to have you subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't already, I sound like a broken record, but smash the like button and hit subscribe. Yes, man. Good. 1 inch. You know what's annoying, yeah? I literally used the 1 inch protocol after I used Uniswap. So I was here thinking, okay, I got my Uniswap bag. I sold that too soon, regrettably. Part of the crypto PTSD stories, which I think I'll probably have to make a book about, to be honest. But I'll do that once I've made my millions. But anyway, I used 1 inch, yeah, and I was thinking, okay, damn, okay, if they do an airdrop, then I'm gonna get some tokens. They did the airdrop, and I was like $5 short of meeting the conditions for the airdrop. Which, do you know how annoying that is? My God, man, $5, $5 hey, what's up, man? $5 away from getting the airdrop, man. But so yeah, that's what sort of made me not buy the coin, because I was miffed. But now it's been catching on, setting up high lows in this bullish coil is just looking good. So currently it has been rejected, but yeah, this isn't an immediate play. This is going to take a while, because obviously if it's been coiling up for 21 days, then a move should happen fairly soon, but it's hard to say exactly when it's going to happen. Any more questions? No more questions, guys. Leave me some questions, man, so I can interact with you guys. So we've gone over this. We said we're going to go over graphs that are going to indicate the cycle top. So here we have one. This basically gives us the upper band. I've talked about this previously, but the upper band doesn't have that many data points, so it's more inaccurate than the accuracy. Oh my days, excuse me. It's more inaccurate than the accuracy of these previous data points here, because there's a lot more data to go by. But if this is to play out, and if the stock to flow is to be correct, then this could indicate a Bitcoin top of around, I don't know, 150,000, 170,000 by year's end, and a potential bottom of around, I don't know, between 36,000, 28,000. Obviously we don't need to worry about that too much now. Another chart we can look at as well for the bottom, or for the indicator of the top or the bottom, is the following. Sorry guys, my dad's messaging me. This guy doesn't want me to have peace, does he, man? Bloody hell. I'm joking. I love my dad, but just getting people into crypto is stressful, man. You have to like be their crypto parent, man. You have to like, oh, you do this, then you go over there. They don't know what they're doing. Obviously everyone's like that as a noob, but yeah, it can be a bit much. So if this loads, I think they have this on Glassnode as well, but I don't know if this is I don't believe this one is up to date, but this is the PI cycle top, and more or less within the scope of a week, this gives you like the top of the market. So what you want to look at here is for these two lines to touch, and when they do touch within the period of like, you know, a couple of days to a week, that's pretty much calls the top of the market, and it's been fairly or very accurate within the last three tops. We haven't touched yet, but do need to bear in mind that this only goes as far back as the 23rd of January. So you would want to maybe subscribe to Glassnode in the latter quarters of this year, so maybe Q3, Q4, and then you can start having a look at the on-chain indicators, and that would give you a better indication of when the top is. Maybe this PUR multiple is a bit more accurate. I think it would display what I was talking to you earlier about the upper and lower band of the market cycle. If this needs to hurry up and load. Come on. Okay, yeah, exactly. You can see here perfectly. When we get into the red band, you know pretty much that's when you want to start scaling out. Not sell everything in one go, but start scaling out for the inevitable crash. And yeah, the green is where you want to get into the market. One thing I would recommend to you guys is never leave the crypto space, because even though we're making a lot of money now, if we retain our wealth, we take it out into a stable coin or into Bitcoin or whatever, then when we do have the next bear market, we're able to like double our crypto holdings, just because of the fact that everything has gone down a lot in value in comparison to what we have. So that is another key tip to multiply your wealth. But yeah, it's weird, man. Ever since I focused on money last year, my life has changed. Like, I had like £100 to my name roughly a year ago, and now that's not even like 1% of like what I have, which is just unbelievable, man. That unbelievable. Like I'm actually blown away. Man, life had me down bad, man, but I never gave up. So my advice to you is never give up, man. No matter where you come from in life, no matter like what it's looking like right now, that's only short term, you know. You're gonna live for a very, very long time. So that's your grind phase. That's how you build your character. That will be your success story. So once you've built upon, you know, the struggles that you have, that's your foundation, and you can never, those foundations won't break, man. Especially with a lifelong skill that no one can take away from you, whether it's like trading, making music, or, you know, just making videos. Like, you always have to want to follow your dreams. One thing I've realized about employers is that they only give you a small piece of the pie of what they're willing to give you. They're not gonna like say, okay, come down, sit at the table, let's all eat. They're not gonna, you know, split the pie evenly. Basically, you have to go get that pie for yourself, and you have to eat. Basically, that it's been a weird analogy, but I think you guys get what I mean. And with crypto, that's like, in my opinion, the easiest way for my generation and many other generations to build wealth. I definitely think that we've been affected a lot by previous generations and all the shenanigans, man, like the 2008 and all the other stuff, like house prices being inflated beyond the point of being able to buy them. And I think that was Satoshi's, whether it's one person or a group of people, I think that was their like anti-fuck you move to the government, because they realized the nature of the economy and how it worked and how everything was being overinflated. So this allows us to outpace inflation and better our lives at the same time, which I cannot complain about. Any more questions? Yeah, I spoke about Reef, Glenn. If you go back to the earliest part of the stream, then yeah, you'll get what I said. But yeah, just scroll back, because I've gone over it quite a lot. What coins do you hold? If you don't mind me asking, bro. None of your business, man. No, I'm joking. I hold, what do I hold? I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those are my two largest holdings. Then I have Polkadot, my third largest holding. ADA, the Graph, and that's about ADA, the Graph, and Reef. So that's about it. I'm joking, man. I'm joking. And that's about the coins that I hold, pretty much. But I'm always on the lookout for more. And if you guys don't have token metrics, it's a good place to look for coins. But if not, I tend to give them away on my channel for free, because I don't know, I like seeing people do well, man. It's nice to like give back, because the more you give, ultimately, if you cast a wide net, then like out of 1,000 people that you give to, if there's like 2 or 3 people that are able to do really well, then down the line, I'm sure they would, you know, be more willing to help you out if you've helped them. Doesn't mean to say like be completely altruistic and give everything you have to other people, but if you just give back a tiny bit in accordance to like what you have, you're able to give, then it can be quite rewarding, man. Especially like with your friends and stuff, man. It's nice to see them do well as you're doing well. A new feature on CoinGecko, which I thought was cool, is they've added the categories now. So they've got DeFi coins, the DOT ecosystem. It's more or less what they have on the page of the coin itself, but they've just put it into its own subcategory, if that makes sense. But you can see all the different protocols. So DeFi governance, oracles, finance and banking, lending and borrowing, etc. I'm not going to go over them. But yeah, if I wanted to talk about mxdawodu as well, because that one, I don't know if it's still pumping or if it's gone down at all. Mantra OM. Okay, so Mantra DAO, it's looking quite good in my opinion. We more or less broke out of this upwards ascending channel here, and now this previous high, which I never thought we'd get past so quickly, has is now being tested as support. So yeah, so this potentially, if we look at indications, in terms of the stochastic, is looking a bit choppy. So same thing on the RSI, but it's in a bullish consolidation. There's heavy buying pressure. As soon as it dumps, people are buying. I could anticipate the same thing happening again at the moment. The current price levels of 24 cent. Ultimately, it is being discounted at roughly 27% from its local high. So maybe a good coin to buy. It's a bit tricky to buy though, not on Binance or anything like that. So you would have to pay high gas fees. But have that on your radar. Any other coins or comments? Thoughts on Cardano? What is Cardano? I've never heard of COR Cardano. No, I'm joking, PR. I did talk about Cardano, PR, but since I know you, I'll talk about Cardano. But like I said, or like I haven't said, either one, Cardano in an uptrend, the 200-day EMA trending upwards, broke past, shattered this local high here at this fib extension now of around $1.10. Next level to look out for $1.38, then $1.58, then basically $2, and after that it's just gonna go to the moon. But we are in a bullish trend. My recommendation always, PR, if you're gonna buy, is you wanna maybe wait for like a little dip, you know. Having said that, we have broken past the previous resistance, so this momentum could continue to the upside, but it is really hard to call. It's hard to call. We are at a fib level at the moment now, so you know it could provide resistance or we could just slice through it. But I would just say, like I've recommended with other coins and positions, just put in a little bit and then see what the price does. If it goes up, then wait for the next pullback, and then you're good. And if it goes down if it goes down when you've bought in initially, then you can average in at a lower price. So you don't need to stress about price volatility. Any other questions? Is it possible to do a quick review on Reef? So guys, you would maybe want to go back to the last part of the stream, but I will do one final last review of Reef since this is the title of the video. But yeah, after that I'm gonna end the stream because man's busy, man. Got money to make. I'm joking. But I'm busy. But yeah, what we're looking for now is for us to find support either between this upwards trend line here or this fib level. So it's hard to say what is going to happen, but yeah, it's just hard to say. But this is don't get bogged down in the short term price movements. If you know long term we're gonna be going upwards, that's all I have to say. But yeah, we're looking for this level to hold. On the daily, the stochastic RSI is yet to have a crossover to the upside, so we can see here that it sort of somewhat got rejected. at the crossover point, so that could indicate that price could consolidate further at these levels, and maybe have some more lower wicks before we do have our next leg up. Because remember guys, this here was hype. KSI and a number of other YouTubers, but mainly KSI, talked about Reef, and we saw this parabolic pump, which this candle here did not last. But this level, this fib level here, is one I expect us to hold. And like I've previously said, you want to sell half as soon as it doubles, basically. So yeah, that is pretty much the end of the stream, guys. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have to do this again soon. I'm happy that you guys tuned in, and welcome to all the new faces. Yeah, join my Telegram if you haven't already, where I can talk more about crypto and keep you guys more up to date. But yeah, see you guys. Bye bye.